One day, it all started in high school, world history class. And he kept bothering me and standing over my shoulders. And I would just shoo him away every time. I mean, it lasted for at least like 6 months. Probably, I'm not joking.
I won't mind if I love it till the end of time. Darling, all the privilege would be mine. I don't take it for granted.
I would always go in there before class started, and I would sit right behind her, and I'd just try to flirt with her, you know, try to spit some game. But it was cool. I mean, I just kept pursuing her, and like, she just wasn't having it.
When Tori started dating his best friend, then that's when I finally was like, oh, I guess I better give him a chance. Yes, finally. And then I swear it was like a switch of a hat. Like, I woke up one day and was like, wow, I think I actually like him.
My imperfection, I thought I learned my lesson, that I'd never be loved by someone like you. You've changed up my direction, but sometimes I still question how I was worth the love of someone like you.
And I had already asked her out like 3 times before that. She was denying me. She said no every single time. And yeah, she finally said yes. I was like, I don't want to lose her. Like, she's someone I want to keep on to forever, you know? And it was like 3 weeks in, and I finally told her I loved her.
Oh my gosh. You were with me when it hurt the most.
So beautiful, baby. Oh, fucking angel. I love the dress.
Thank you.
You were so gorgeous.
Thank you.
We were dating about 7.5 years. And I had planned the Italy trip for like 1.5 years. And I had her ring for about 6 months, which was crazy because it was a custom ring. It took some time, went through all that, doing that. And I hid the ring for like half a year. Had it in a shoe in this little closet.
We were getting ready for our Italy trip, and Tiffany had made a comment to me and said, you don't think he's gonna propose, do you? And I was like, Tiffany, don't get in my head. So I thought it was such a good idea if he did. But I just knew where we were, and I didn't think that we were ready because he convinced me we weren't.
It was our second day in Venice, and she was like all dressed up, and we kept telling her, make sure you look good today, you know, and she wore this really pretty dress.
And the whole day, his brother was taking photos of us. And I remember looking at Sergio one moment, because he kept fixing his hair like he always does. And I remember looking at him one moment and saying, why? This doesn't matter, it's on our engagement photos.
She's like, why are we taking so many photos? Like, is this like proposal photos? And I'm like, no, it's nothing like that.
Did all of you know that today marks the exact date when Sergio and Kaitlyn started dating 10 years ago? In 10 years, you can imagine that they've done a lot of things together and shared a lot of special moments. Sergio wanted to date Kaitlyn for a long time, but she kept turning him down for some reason.
Today's the day I marry my best friend, my high school sweetheart, and my soulmate. I promise to be the best man I can be for you, our family, and our loved ones. I promise to be honest and faithful, and to always support you in all your dreams. I promise to protect you, hold you, and care for you. I promise to always kiss you goodnight and never go to bed angry. I promise to always be down for Skyline Sundays, to continue traveling the world together, to doing the heavy lifting for you, to come home to you and our Wendy boy. Kaitlyn, you've always been the girl I've always wanted, and I'll never stop chasing you.
Those who don't believe in fate clearly have never heard our love story. Because I can say without a doubt, there's nobody on this earth I was meant to be with besides you. I fell in love with you in high school, not only because you were the cool kid in town, but because your heart, passion, and loyalty to me. Sergio, I promise to always be that person you can turn to with a silly question, a hard dilemma, or just a listening ear. I promise to always laugh at your cheesy jokes and I didn't do it face. I promise to always fight for our love like I did when we were 16. But most importantly, I promise to spend the rest of my life laughing with you, dancing with you, cooking with you, and experiencing everything in life with you, always and forever.
Take a breath, open your eyes, it's a beautiful life. Take a step,
Like I'm in a mosh pit.
No, you're good,
arms out wide, into the sunlight.
Over the last decade, these two have modeled what a good relationship should be for all of us. Kaitlyn, I have been so blessed to stand by your side as your friend for the last 14 years, and I am so honored to stand up here today as your maid of honor. Sergio, thank you for always looking out for me and for loving my best friend endlessly. It's been a blast watching your story unfold, and I cannot wait to see what comes next.
This whole big world is ours. This whole big world is ours. Wander near and far. Oh, this whole big world is ours.
Later on that day, we had walked down an alleyway.
It was just me and her, and I was like, this is the perfect time. My brother was like just taking the photos, doing the single photos of her only. He told her to turn around, and as soon as she turned around, I was like right there with the ring.
And he had proposed. It was so sweet.
I wanted to make sure I tell her, like, I waited this long to take you somewhere as beautiful as you are, like stuff like that. Didn't say a word of that, like, not even close. Baby. 7.5 years. 7.5 years. Can you marry me?
Yes.
This whole big
Later that night, it was like 8:30, 9 p.m. The entire city was quiet. Like there's no one in the city. And it's so beautiful when there's no one there. You know, you can really take in the scenery. And then we came across the gondolas, and they're like trying to holler us over. And then they finally got us on a gondola, and it was beautiful. It was so pretty at night.
The gondola that was actually rowing behind us in our engagement photo was the same gondola that picked us up that night.
It makes sense why Kaitlyn and I became so close so fast. They share a lot of similarities: loyalty, courteous, hardworking, and they are both incredibly stubborn. You guys know what I mean. But seriously, they're a lot alike, and I mean that in the best way possible. And where they aren't alike, one of them complements the other. Kaitlyn, you make Sergio happy in ways I never could, and especially ways I never wanted to.